Hello, I am Ida Tyree-Hyche Hill, and this is,
Dr. Carl F. Hill Sr. Hello, everyone. How are you?
and as you may have guessed, we're related somehow, right? Well,
some kind of way we're there.
We're husband and wife. We're husband and wife, and this is Looking to the Hills Ministry, and we're featuring Tipping Over the Tables. So what will we be talking about this first episode?
This first episode of Tipping Over the Tables, we want to tip the tables over to something called light. Let there be light. In America right now, many are saying that it is the season of the dumbing of America. We're moving back toward Neanderthalism, barbarism, total control by the have and the have-nots. And this is what we want to look at. We want to shed light to let us know, especially in the world of Christians, that we need to understand that one perspective does not hold all Christians captive. And that's what we want to tip the tables over right now on what we call a total toward one way. There's much more to our faith, our belief. And this is what we want to do on Let There Be Light. So that's what we want to do. We want to shed light on some controversial topics, and we want to have some biblical principles and knowledge as we give you. Tipping over the tables. We're going to turn over the tables of one viewpoint and let there be light.
Okay, so you may say, well, what kind of background does he have to be trying to tip over some tables, right? Well, he has a doctorate in education. He's been pastoring for over a large number of years. He is an adjunct professor for a particular college, and he is a studied man of Christ. He's gifted, he's filled with the Holy Spirit. And we want to tip over tables and let there be light. What do you say about that, Dr. Hill?
That's exactly what we want to do. We want to bring a different viewpoint, a different perspective. One of my favorite individuals that I think is one of the brightest minds of our time frame, Dr. Howard John Wesley, very, very bright mind, very bright theologian, says he doesn't want to make you think what he thinks. He just want to make you think. And we want to borrow that from him. We're not here to make you think what we think. We're just here to make you think, to shed a little light.
And what's our topic today?
Our topic that we're going to look at today, and one of the controversial topics that we see, is called conservative Christianity. Conservative Christianity. I'm just trying to figure out what that is and why it's so important, a viewpoint. That's pretty much all it is a viewpoint. Yeah. There have been so many councils in Christendom, at early church, Council of Nicaea, other councils where we came together and said, this is what Christians are going to look at, and this is what we're going to say, that we're going to believe that this is the Christ, and a lot of different perspectives came out. I have not seen, or maybe I've been Rip Van Winkle, but I have not seen or heard of a council that said that the only Christian perspective that we will have and look at is conservatism. I have not seen that. I don't know when it took place. So if anybody under the sound of my weak voice, as old deacons would pray, please let me know when that council met so that we will know that a conservative viewpoint is the total viewpoint of Christianity. And that's
okay, so I have a question. Just in case our audience, some people in our audience don't really understand what the word conservative means. What does that mean? If we're going to take and put the word conservative with Christianity, what kind of Christianity are we saying when we use the word conservative?
And that's the key to the light that we're trying to figure out. Everybody's saying, well, we're conservative Christians, but nobody can tell me what that means. They're saying we have one viewpoint toward pro-life and abortion. We're mostly adding politics to what we call conservative Christianity, not to theological points of views, but we're trying to add it as a political viewpoint. And that's what's confusing, because we ask somebody, well, what are the values of a conservative Christian? And majority would say we all pretty much have the same perspective. Jesus is the Christ, the Son of the living God. After that is just simple doctrine that we're going to differ on. And one perspective does not outweigh another. My perspective.
I think there's a book. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is there a book titled Jesus on Politics? And I heard you mention the word politics.
Dr. Aubrey Hendricks has a book that's entitled The Politics of Jesus. Very well written. And there's a lot of things that we need to look in there and read, because we're saying a lot of people say politics doesn't belong in the church, but we have to be political. It only means how the church is governed or how our world is governed. If there's anything that happens to our community, the church should be involved to make sure that the least of these, as Jesus said, that we're taken care of. We also need to look at how Carter G. Woodson wrote, The Miseducation of the Negro. 80-some years later, there are things that he wrote about that we're still having issues and problems with. So these are some things we would definitely like to share with you as we look forward to these moments of tipping over the table. So we're going to look at that, and I think what we will do, going to do a little research for you, bring back all we can find, as much as we can find, to see what the point of view or the viewpoint of what conservative Christianity or what conservatives are all about. Just what we think, not what Howard John Wesley says, not to make you think what we think, but just to make you think.
And so there you have it, an introduction to our Looking to the Hills ministry and tipping over the tables. Sorry about that, tipping over the tables. And so on our next session, Dr. Hill is going to tip over a table and hope that you don't get too offended, but would be enlightened. Until next time.
Until next time, be blessed.
Be blessed.